Let's talk about homework assignment for this week. In assignment 8, you will create a new procedure to create a random string. So this procedure we call create random string. So this procedure, they will create the random string with all the capital letter. So how to implement this procedure? The first thing we need to receive some information. So here you need to tell the procedure how many characters you want to create in this random string. So that's why they receive the length of the string. So the length of the string L, that means how many letters you want to create it in this random string. We will save in EAX. So then after each character being created, right? So of course we need to have a location to store those information. So then you need to pass in the pointer to the byte array in EXI. So this EXI will be the random string later we create to be stored. So that's you have two information you need to receive before you call create random string. The first one, how many letters we need in EAX. The second one, where the byte array will be, the pointer for the beginning of array will be ESI. So after we're done, they will return. So this return value actually, that's still the ESI. So the ESI actually will point to the beginning for that byte array you used earlier to holding the random string. So here I say part 1 is, I want you to make sure after you create your create random string procedure, you need to test and run to see you can create the random string correctly. Then after you finish the part 1, then your part 2 in your driver program, you will using this create random string to generate 20 random string. So this 20 random string, each one will be between 1 to 100. So that will be a random number as well. So that means here you need to using the random range. Every time you call the random range, then you between 1 to 100. So you know how many letters you want to create. So then you will create a random string. So this one we need to repeat 20 times. So that's why you will display 20 random string. And each random string, not only the content is random, the length also will be random between 1 to 100. So we see here is your sample output, right? So here I told you I want to have 20 random string. So each one you see they have the random length as well. So that's your assignment 1. Assignment 8. So even we say you have 2 parts, but actually in your assignment 8.asm file, your main procedure, including your part 2, to create your 20 random string. Then of course you have your create random string procedure. So of course the next one we see what kind of algorithm we need. Okay, so let's think about the algorithm, what we need to do for implement this procedure. So when I ask you to create a string with all capital letters, you did do that in C++, right? Okay, so the first thing we need to ask is, how should I create a capital letter? Okay, from A to Z, how to make that random. So even we say we create the capital letter from A to Z. So actually you have your range is 26 because we start from A to Z. So on the other hand, actually what we do is we can think about we move EAX equal to 26. So we call random range. Did you remember we have random range procedure you used for last homework assignment? So this random range is I give you the year X. So then you call the random range. I will return you the year X value to create a random number between 0 to the year X we provide here. So actually it's 0 to 25. Okay, so that's why here after you have that, right? Okay, so then you just need to add year X with 65. So do you agree after this one, I have a capital letter save because they are either from ASCII 65 to 65 plus 20 to the 90 so that you have A to Z. Okay. However, one thing is now we need to, even we have that 1 byte in EAX, right? Yeah, EAX actually is too big. I only need that letter is 1 byte in AL. So that's why I just say, for example, if we just say, for example, here I have that data. Okay, so I have my byte array. Okay, so that's a byte. So a byte array, we just say the size equal to 100. We just say, for example, I have a byte array, size is 100. Okay, so that's in data. So here, of course, in our code. Okay, so you just need to create, just like earlier we say, you have your EAX range is 0 to 25. We call random range. So we add that to EAX. Okay, so actually your A to Z is only saved in AL. So that's why here when you move your value to the byte array, right? We just say, for example, I do in the first location. So that's B array. Okay, so but you only need to move AL. Okay, so this example to show you, when you create your random string, of course, your capital letter, you need to do L time. So here your EAX passing through the procedure. The EAX actually will be your ECX to do the loop. So actually each loop, what you need to do is you need to call the random range. So that's why you generate a capital letter. So this capital letter, when you create the value, it can be in EAX to occupy this 4 bytes is fine. But then afterward, you need to make sure you only use the AL to move the value into the B on your array. So of course here your array because you will be the loop, right? So you can try to see you need to have an index for that. Okay, so since ESI will already refer to the location, so then I just show you, for example, you just need to have an index like that. Otherwise, you see here, you passing the ESI in the function, you will have your array passing by ESI. So of course, you can using ESI to increment ESI 1 by 1. But be careful, you receive the beginning for the array is ESI, but you also need to return the ESI is the location for the beginning. So you need to think about, do you need to use your stack to pop out your ESI or not, or you want to save in somewhere else. But here, this one is the algorithm, how you will create your create random string procedure. So I didn't show you the whole thing, I only show you how you create the random capital letter. So now we come to the second part. The second part, actually in the main function, you need to think about how you will write your loop to have the 20 random string. So this 20 random string, each time your EAX pass came from your random range. So last week when we talked about the random range, you guys did ask about, do we need to have the seed or not? Yeah, this one actually pretty similar like C++. If you remember, C++, we using the rand function. We call rand function. Okay, so that's very big number, so you can do the modulus to scale your value. but because your rand function, every time they were using the same seed. So that's why we say in C++ we use the sRand. So sometimes, most of the time, you see use the time to find the current time. So that's why you can have the seed to provide in the rand function. So we won't have every time we run the program will be the same. So this one actually very similar in Assignment 32. Assignment 32 we have the random range function. Okay, so this one you give it the EAX for the range. But also, right, this time if you run again and again, your result will be the same. So here you need to see we do have the seed we can provide. So this one is in Assignment 32 procedure list. We have this one we call randomize. So this randomize actually is not you provide a seed. They just kind of give you another seed. So you won't be always the same. So what we need to do is very similar to the sRand. You only call one time. So randomize the same thing. You only call one time. So that's why they will start from different seeds. So then later when you call your random range, every time you run the program, they will be different. So this time, on this assignment, I require you to use the randomize. So that's why every time I run your program, your string should be displayed differently. Yeah, so that's our homework assignment.